Hello, today I will tell you everything about Sons of the Forest story. So let's start. About Puffton Corporation, we know that the multi-billionaire Edward Puffton with a fascination for ancient artifacts and a fixation on specifically a golden cube found throughout many legends, started a bidding war between his company, Puffton Corporation, and a rival company, Sahara Therapeutics. We can tell this happens before the start of the first game because it isn't until after they set up a location on the island that they receive emails about the discovery of artifacts. Sahara Therapeutics' stock market started to plummet. It's unknown if this continued after the events at the peninsula, or if they recovered. What is known is that Edward Puffton quickly started a mining operation to look for an incredibly valuable new metal found. This mineral appears to be a matte black metal with a shining golden finish, giving it an otherworldly appearance in its raw form. Where refined, the metal is a brilliant gold and can be made into many metallic objects including doors, mechanisms, husks and armor. Email from Rob Blue to Jackson Pollitt, both Puff Corp, shows what they are looking for. Along with that, he started the construction of a bunker community resort called Hollow Springs. It is unknown if the Hollow Springs was meant to be a cover for the research done on the island or the original intention of Edward Puffton quickly turned into a research station for artifacts. An unknown US Sahara Therapeutics employee named Hector later emailed a Puffton Industries employee called Jackson Pollitt about the discovery of Artifact 1, apparently discovered above ground in a field. A few days later, Hector again sent an email to Jackson, this time containing a picture of a stone carving depicting Artifact 2, what may be interpreted as an eye. Minutes later, another email from Hector to Jackson was sent, another picture of a stone carving of Artifact 2. After this interaction, and presumably just before the events of the first game, they started full-scale research. Email communications mentioned that the cube causes a brief dimensional switch, referred to as an activation. Dimensional distortion mutated the natives outside the cube, but they noted that the internal subjects were safe. They also discovered what appears to be an obelisk placed inside of cube. We are unsure at what time Edward Puffton's daughter Virginia Puffton became mutated, or in what manner. Somehow most of the excess dimensional energy was able to be removed from her before it was too late. What we do know is that she was kept in a room in a bunker, and appears to have lived there most, if not all of her life. We currently don't know if she can speak. We do know that Edward Puffton loved her very much and at some point left all of his will to her and none to their mother, Barbara Puffton. After the peninsula, as more and more people started to come into the bunker community and live in the rooms, more people of importance started to come as well. Funnily enough, one of those was one Miles Goldstein, a renowned golfer, who over the course of a month sent 3 email complaints to one Hank Hayes about the lack of golf clubs and golf balls. This was eventually resolved. After this, Gil Planter, a Puffton maintenance man, stole one of Edward Puffton's private historical paintings of one of the artifacts, and Hank sent out an email to everyone asking for information. Just over a month before the start of Sons of the Forest and roughly 20 years after the events of the Forest, Edward Puffton asked everyone of importance to meet in the dining hall one night. He and his ally were supposed to be there along with Hank Hayes and Gordon Mason. everyone in the bunkers to start seizing up while standing. The dimensional energy pulling alternate versions of themselves in as it simultaneously caused dimensional distortion, mutating the people beyond recognition. The fates of everyone in the dining hall and in the bunkers were sealed. Those who didn't mutate fast enough were presumably killed by the ones who already had. Hankins appears to have mutated into Array's fingers, and Gordon Langston into a twins. Edward Puffton's fate was ultimately sealed as a blind mutant, and because of this, both him and his corporation failed to contact the outside world. This causes a small military force known by his corporation to go looking for him. That's all we know about the game's history. That's it for the story of the game. I invite you to play because the story of Sons of the Forest is very interesting. I also invite you to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with news. For now, that's all I wanted to tell you in this video, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel and see you soon.